Hey friends, we're going to be reading a book called Norman the Slug with a Silly Shell. Is that a donut on his back? Let's see. Norman the Silly Shell. Hey, that's not a donut, that's a clock. Norman the Slug thought snails were great. Wow, said Norman. Look at them. They're amazing. Look at all those shells. But unfortunately, the snails didn't think Norman was great. Crash! Norman crashed into his friends. Norman, you silly slug, they cried. You've spoiled our fun. This only works if you've got a shell. Norman felt left out. Sadly, he sculled off the moonlight. If only I had a shell of my own, he sighed, looking off at his reflection in the water. Look, there's his reflection. And that's when he had an idea. Maybe I could have a shell after all, he thought. But finding a shell was not easy as it seemed. One was too bouncy. Bounce, 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 bounce. He had a bouncy ball. One was too noisy. Beep, 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 beep. The alarm clock went off. And one was already taken. Look, a worm's inside that apple. Norman needed time to think. What could I use as my shell? He thought, and he thought, and he thought. Ta-da! A shell! What is that? Is that a shell? No, that's a donut. It was perfect. Norman had never been happier. He could join the snails finally. Norman loved being a snail. See, look, he's in the middle of all the shells. All the snails with the shells. And the snails loved Norman's silly shell. But the fun didn't last for long. Suddenly, there was a loud flapping of wings. Look out, bird, cried the snails in panic. Quick, slither for your lives, or we will end up as supper. Oh no, the bird's gonna eat the snails. Oh no, let's see what happens. But the bird was more interested in Norman's silly shell. It looked delicious. Norman was being carried up, up, and away, higher and higher into the sky. What could he do? Look, they grabbed his shell because it was a donut. Ooh. Norman did only the thing that a slug could do. He made his slime, lots and lots of it. With a slither and a slather and slip and slide, Norman was free. Look, he made himself very slimy so he could slip out. But he was falling. There he is, he's falling. Faster and faster and faster until... What do you think is going to happen? Think he's going to fall? Blonk! Norman, are you okay? Asked the snails. Wow, said Norman. That was great. I love flying. If only I had wings. He flew all the way down to the clothing wire. Ta-da! What's on his back? Is that a donut? Is that a shell? No, it's underwear. He's flying with the birds. There's all the snails. All right. We also have another art activity to go along with this book. So if you guys want to pull out this art activity, you can find it inside of our spring break folder.